All right, people. So today we're going to be talking about the power of distance and how distance affects a person's mind. How distance make how literally the psychological effects on distance on people. All right, it's actually quite powerful, and it's something that you guys have to leverage and utilize in your life. All right, because everything looks good at a distance. Everything looks beautiful at a distance, and if you're able to utilize that, you're able to create a lot of powerful effects on people who will naturally like you. This will not make somebody who will never like you. This just makes their time with you more enjoyable. It truly does. So this is something that if you're dating someone, you want them to do this on you. I can promise you do, because it will make dating them even more fun. As long as they actually like you, this is vitally important, because me as a man, whenever I date a woman, every women who love me and yet give me the proper distance, I appreciate them with all of my heart. But then if they give me distance and I love them and I want them to get closer to me, it will make me chase even more. All right. So this applies to everyone. All right. So listen up. Let me tell you guys what I have to say, and let's begin this. And by the way, people, hit the like button, subscribe to the video, and we're having a meditation made up in New York City Sunday. Click on the description down below to purchase the tickets. It's $10 to attend. All right. So I want you guys there. It's gonna be really, really fun, people. Okay. It's gonna be a 1 hour meditation. It's gonna be right here because I have my own little meditation studio, and it's gonna be like an hour or so. And I'm actually there recording my course called Emotional Mastery. So if you guys want to pre-order it now, click on the description down below where you could pre-order Emotional Mastery. It's a course that I've developed over the last 5 years in order to apply mindfulness to remove to heal needy parts of your personality. If you have any parts of your personality that are too excessive, that pushes people away, through mindfulness you could actually learn to dissolve it away, right? Through self-healing and self-love. So pre-order it right now in the description down below. Okay. All right. Look. Let's begin. Don't forget, subscribe. The first thing that distance does is that it heals. Anybody who lived with their parents will know that if you had a conflictual relationship with your parents, moving out pretty much fixed their relationship. Now it's not for everyone, right? Because unfortunately, some people have narcissistic parents. I got lucky. My parents, my mom particularly, she's not narcissistic. She's a very loving person, but even me and her had conflicts because we were around each other too much. We just were. So what that distance did when I moved out, it allowed us to appreciate each other more. It allowed us to, because some people are just not meant to be together all the time. Actually, everything's not meant to be together all the time. Everything, at every moment in time, needs some space from each other. It just does. I don't care what you are. Everything needs space, right? So you see this in with your parents. You also see this during the pandemic, where because there was no space between people, child abuse went up, divorce went up. People started calling me a lot more, right? Neediness came up, right? People fought more. Why? Because they just didn't have distance. They didn't have the physical distance. Humans need physical distance in order to keep the peace. All right. In fact, the closer countries live together, the closer countries live to each other, the more they fight. The further they are from each other, the less they fight. For the most part, right? So it's kind of like too much not giving distance will always cause conflict. So if you are with someone and they're always fighting, you guys might just need to take a goddamn break from each other. All right. Well, you guys kill each other. Goddamn it. All right. Next one is that distance creates understanding. When you create distance, there's something called a social force, right? When you're in a big in a culture like a society or like a school or like a cult or like a church, not having distance will cause you to see the illusion of what the social force creates, right? So for example, I'm in art school. And in my art school, what's most important is form, is making things real, making things look as real as possible. But then when I step out and I go to other art studios or I go on vacation, all of a sudden I realize that's not the most important thing. But when I'm in school, I feel that sense of pressure. I'm like, oh my God, this is, if I don't do this, I would never be a good artist. But when I'm out of it, all of a sudden I see from a wider perspective. I'm like, oh my God, this is not everything. This is just a small part. This is also important. This is also important. This is also important, right? Distance allows you to see reality. That's why cults don't want you to distance yourself from the members. Why? Because by you creating distance, you're able to think for yourself. Distance disengages you from people's emotions, infecting your thinking and your rationality, and it allows you to think for yourself rationally. That's why if you're with an abusive partner, what they don't want you to get away from them, because as soon as you're able to get away from them and maybe talk to somebody else, you have a wider understanding. Your apertures of understanding life expands, right? But also this comes down to also empathy. Distance, which also implicates death, which is the ultimate distance, the ultimate annihilation, the ultimate disintegration, allows you to understand your loved ones, the people who died, the people who, or even understand your relationship between you and them a lot better, all because now you have eternal distance. But distance, it doesn't have to be eternal. Distance could be that maybe you die accidentally, come back to life. Distance could be that maybe you lose your children. All of a sudden now you're able to self-reflect a lot more. Distance can mean maybe you lose your freedom, and now you're distancing yourself from society. Now you think for yourself. Now you're able to have a aha satori moment, all because of distance. You know, distance could be that you disconnect from society, from a dopaminergic society, and go into a monastery temporarily and think for yourself and realign yourself with the universe. That's what the power of distance is for you, right? But also, distance allows you to forget, for the good and the bad. If you want to forgive someone, distance yourself. If you wanna, if somebody broke up with you and abused you and played you and you hated them, distance will allow you to forget the negative things they did for you, and because you love them, you will focus on the positive. Distance allows you to forget the things that the people did wrong. Distance allows partners to forgive each other. But if you never give each other distance, it will turn into hatred. It will turn into bitterness. Another thing is that distance creates love. Whenever you distance yourself from someone, you know, what's that to say? What's that saying? Something about distance creates love, some shit like that, right? But the point is that when you distance yourself from your lovers and you give your lovers space, it makes them chase. It's just that simple. If they love you and you distance yourself from them, they will naturally realize how much they love you. It is only when somebody distances themselves from you when you realize how much you really love them. It is only when you pull away when they realize how much they really love you. It is only when your parents almost die when you realize how much you really love your parents. Some emotions are suppressed until they feel like some emotions are suppressed out of comfort, right? But as soon as you realize you're about to lose them, that flame becomes alive. That flame, like a volcano erupting, it'll come up, all because of distance. So if you're dating someone and you're always together and you know they love you, there's another level. There is another level. And you'll unlock that level through giving them distance. It's that simple. Another thing is that distance creates glamour. The closer, they say if you envy someone and you want to stop being jealous of them or envying them, get closer to them, and then you realize you have nothing to envy. Everything, especially in the celebrity world, looks beautiful at a distance. It just does. Hollywood looks beautiful at a distance. That's how North Korea got the South Koreans to enter their city and make them hostage forever. How? They created houses that looked beautiful on the outside, but there was nobody inhabiting them. They created glamour. Glamour is only glamorous at a distance. The closer you get to the things you glamour, the more you realize it isn't glamorous. Illusions, mirages in the desert are only created through distance and thirst and hunger, right? As soon as you get close to the illusion, it disappears on you, right? So illusions, glamours, propaganda, political groups are pretty much created only at a distance, and they only stay like that way at a distance. You can only deify yourself if you distance yourself from your followers, so that they don't see your real reality, and they can only see the fabricated version of yourself, all because of distance, right? Distance is how you create cults. And by you doing that, which is fucked up, right? I mean, pretty much is. But that's a power of distance. You see, every industry looks glamorous. Like the fashion industry looks very glamorous. But when you get closer, you realize that's a fucking cesspool of mental health issue and just pure disgustingness, right? And women who are in that industry will tell you that a lot of women who are in there are bulimic, have a lot of psychological issues, have a lot of low self-esteem. A lot of them are broke. A lot of them are abused by the people who they work for. And you only know this once you get close. But if you're at a distance, the glamour will shine. The glamour will create fear of missing out. But when you get close to that glamour, all of a sudden you see it really isn't as good as it looks from the outside in, right? And that even works with partners. Is that with certain partners, they look good from far away, but as soon as you get to know them, as soon as you cut that distance, all of a sudden you see the reality, which is they're not as special, they're not as good, they're not as fun, they're not as interesting as you thought as you thought they were. In reality, you were just projecting. But when you're faced with the facts, are you willing to see reality as it is and not lie to yourself even further? Most people lie to themselves further. But that's the power of distance. It has the ability to heal, to create love, to create understanding, to create glamour, and to forget the flaws. In fact, there were some friends that I haven't seen in many years. And I remember not liking them. And then when I meet them, I'm like, I don't know, that's weird. I didn't know why they didn't like them. But then the more I talk to them, I'd be like, oh, what the fuck? No wonder I didn't like this motherfucker. God damn it. I should have never hit them up, right? Distance helps you forget flaws. And for some reason, you only remember the good, right? I don't know, right? You could say the flaws are the details because most people don't show their flaws, right? They usually show the goodness. But the closer you look, similar to you, the closer you look at the details in my face, the more you can see my flaws, right? It's almost like when you see someone at a distance, you know it's them because you see the general gist of it. The general face, the general hairstyle, the general symmetry. You're like, oh, that's the Lexus, right? Because he looks like him, right? But then the closer I get, the more you see the details, and you're like, oh, that is the Lexus, right? Similar. At a distance, oh, those are good traits. But the closer you get, the more you see the darkness, the more you see the wrinkles, the more you see the little features. That's usually the dark side that people usually try to hide. They hide it through keeping you at a distance. That's how psychopaths are psychopaths and live in a world where most people don't know they're psychopaths because they keep a certain distance. If you read Dexter, you'll know. If you watch read American Psycho, you'll know about that. It's very similar to The Wizard of Oz, right? How the wizard kept the illusion through distance, where there was a wall between them and him, right? Anyways. Also, if you're a man, what this does is that, as a man, and for women, is that when a man is away from his woman, studies show that simply being away from her, the body will create more sperm out of fear that there's competition, right? In other words, by you being away from your woman, the body will say, okay, there's a high, and this is based on evolution, there's a likelihood that maybe she cheated, right? Because, seriously, and the body will produce more sperm, so the next time he has sex with you, he will release a lot more sperm than usual. And the reason why that is it's a biological adaptation to cheating, where maybe there even the way the penis is shaped, it's almost like a suction cup, where if somebody came in you, what that penis would do, the way it's shaped, it sucks out the sperm that's previous, which is kind of nasty, right? Not for some dudes, I feel like, and by you releasing a lot of sperm, it pretty much it's like a fucking civil war inside that poom poom, right? And it's almost like a way of fighting other competition, right? So distance literally makes us men more competitive, right? Distance will make a guy want to bang you even more if you're a woman, right? But generally for guys, as a guy, that's why when you have distance, you got to control your jealousy, control your thoughts. If you're a jealous person and your woman creates distance, that's a problem, right? And a lot of guys us guys, we have to work on our jealousy because it will cause us to see things that are not there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's very interesting, right? I liked it. It was very, I thought about this subject a few months ago, but I just haven't had the chance to make a video about it. Anyways, if you guys want one-on-one coaching, go to mindfulattraction.org. Click on the description down below to get coached by me. And I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Don't forget, our meditation meetup in New York City. Click in the description down below to purchase and attend the meetup. It's going to be Sunday at 2 p.m. in Bushwick, all right? So attend by clicking on the description down below. Take care. And hit the like button and subscribe to this video, people. All right? Or else I'm closing the channel.
All right, ladies. So finally, I have released my second course for women, which is natural chemistry. This course is a 5-week course. 5-week course where every week you're going to get a new set of videos based on specific issues. This course is all about how to create and maintain the attraction in any man. This will help you create love. This will help you deepen the love with your man. This is not about manipulation. This is not about playing games. This is genuine natural chemistry. No more short-term partners. No more being fooled. Why? Because I will reveal to you not only how to create attraction in the first week, but also how to understand male nature, how to understand their tricks, how to prevent from being too attached, signs that he's the wrong guy, signs that he's a narcissist, signs that he's a mama's boy, signs that he's an emotionally available guy, emotionally unavailable guy. We go over everything. We go over this 3rd week, setting boundaries. We go over the 3rd week, controlling your emotions, right? Setting boundaries, 4th week. 5th week, embracing your masculine and the feminine, right? And on top of that, I have over 10 different bonuses. 10 different bonuses, my Lord have mercy, right? With a money back guarantee. The bonus are 1, the natural chemistry, over 10 hours of content, right? The breakup formula, how to deal with a breakup, right? The connecting with your man, right? Establishing a life of abundance, social mastery, understanding your dark side, the goal setting seminar, which is about how to set and achieve goals, practical mastery that will teach you how to master anything. The laws of human nature. I have a book club for the laws of human nature with over 4 hours of content, right? The transformational seminar in a pocket, which is my mindfulness seminar, and the Chase audiobook. This originally is $1,800, but you get it starting at $97, ladies and gentlemen, right? $97. We have different packages, but all of this starts at $97. And you know what? You can check it out for free if you want. Yeah, for all the freeloaders, I have free videos just for you. Free videos, all right? So you could just check it out for free and then you could get out. Nothing wrong with that, all right? So, and on top of that, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. That's right. No questions asked. I don't mind. I just want you guys to check it out because I know when you take one look, you're going to want to buy it. I can promise you. Just like my other course, the psychological game of attraction, it was a hit. You're gonna love this one. This one is not about manipulation. This is genuine natural chemistry. Order it now. All right. I'll see you guys inside. Peace out.